This is a trading review for Wednesday, the 25th of January 2023. It was a rough day for me psychologically. I was looking primarily at Nvidia and Tesla for a breakdown, but I had to use the bathroom at around 9:45. So, so I missed out on the Tesla trade. That was the one I was hunting down, and I think I will have made an entry at the breakdown of S4 at around 9:45. Especially with that doji, the range was pretty well defined, and uh, that kind of messed up my psychology a little bit. So I move on to Nvidia, which was rejecting the S3 level without the pre-market data. So it was setting up nicely for a breakdown. Um, we had a very bearish candle drop below the open price, and I wanted to make my entry on a pullback. And here in Nvidia, we had a beautiful range defined here at 189, and I made my entry at the breakdown of the 1 minute candle with a very good stop loss. And it never really got tested, but I got cold feet and I got out of break even because we were fighting against the S3 level, and you can see we formed BPOC here as well. So I got out of my position, and it was a big regret because the stock just dropped like a hammer, and it would have made my day for around 6 hours. And then it reversed from the S6 level or S4 if you're using the Camarilla pivots with pre-market data, and that was it. For Nvidia, it was I regret getting out of this trade. It was beautiful. I had a penny perfect entry, but my emotions were not best. I didn't accept my loss. I didn't want to accept my losses. So that led me to look for AMD, and AMD was complicated because the pre-market traded a bit below the previous day price action when the market was open. So I used the Camarilla pivots with pre-market data for a breakdown, but you can see that without the pre-market data, we were at S6 by the time I made my entry, and it kind of traded off S4 as well. So it was a bad idea, but I didn't realize this. I was trying to go short. We had a bearish ladder still on AMD, but it fell to fill, and then it turned around, stopped me out, and I flipped my position because I was thinking, okay, we were gonna trade an S4 reversal, but in reality, what happened is, well, it squeezed rather rapidly. So I did make my entry recognizing the level 2 and the table. This was more of a scalp, and it moved about 1 hour and then reverse. I should have gotten out here, but I had to set my losses now. But now I'm accepting a full loss on a trade that was not good to begin with. So and then I flip my position again because this time it's gonna work, right? But we were out of range. We were at S6, and now I realize after looking at the IMD that the stock was behaving pretty much using the data without the pre-market data. So it was using these Camarilla pivots. So I should have acted accordingly and waited for a pullback to this to go short or along at S6. And anyways, I went short here, stopped out around for a small loss, and flipped my position immediately because I recognize that, okay, we are going to squeeze. This is the end of the drop, which was correct. And I got out at BWAP for 2 hours. I had more orders all the way down to 73.50, which was the stacks that we saw at the ask. But emotionally, I couldn't handle ending the day on a loss. So I got out for a small profit of half an hour. But had I waited and had I been more emotionally stable to continue the run, you can see that after I got out here, it continued running a lot to 73.50. So I'm very disappointed that I canceled my orders, but I was emotionally drained, and I just need to focus more during my trading. It's my fault. I started late today, so I had to rush into the analysis, but I did the best I could, and I need to control my emotions and wait for the best because had I waited, to be optimally ready to trade, I will have taken along an AMD, a reversal, and then I could have made a short here for a quick 2 hour profit. And yeah, so it's a rough day. I broke rules, a lot of rules. Um, I don't even know how to plug in the stats. But okay, I need to do this. And so the first trade was a break even. I got out a break even, but it was a beautiful trade. I didn't execute correctly. I executed beautifully this trade. Break even. Asterisk. Asterisk. Strategy use. It was mm, it was S for breakdown. On Nvidia, we open above S4. It's a B. We open slightly above S4. So I suppose it's a B trade. 0R because then after that the trades I took were on AMD. It was a short. So it was an S for breakout after opening around S3. So it's a B trade again. And stop me out. We didn't execute correctly. Okay, no. And then I played an S for reversal. B. And then I play another short again. And then this was actually, without realizing, an S6. So it's an F reversal. To R. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. And I broke my rules today. To focus on making money. To focus. I did take good trades. At least I wasn't hesitating, but they were not good quality setups. So a bit disappointed with my performance today. I'm not taking good quality setups at all. So yeah, that's my trading review. Um, I need to go train psychology now, I suppose. The good thing is that I am not necessarily I have knowledge. The problem is that I have to be more careful how I apply it because I am getting very jumpy and all I need is one good trade. And I seem to forget that as soon as something goes wrong, where I mess up, for example, that Tesla trade made me a bit jumpy, and then on that Nvidia mess up that I had made me jumpy. So I need to that made me really really messed up. And now my trade on AMD, I didn't pay enough attention to see which Camarilla pivots it was using. I didn't. I wasn't looking for the test, so my trades here was just a mess, and I just needed to wait. And that is my mistake. But I'm improving, and I'm loving the system so far. The entries are much more reasonable. I just have to keep calm, and that's why I'm gonna do psychology. It's tough. Psychology work on it.